Adam Eve and Eden Garden Scroll 1. Creation of man in Eden Garden. The Ephesians and Colossians book from Bible says God created man in his image, according to his likeness. In short, this means that mankind is distinct from the rest of creation. We are moral and rational beings, with the purpose of representing God on earth. It also means we have a unique relationship to God, different from the animals. God had formed every kind of animal and brought them to the man, but for Adam there was not a companion for him, so God caused a deep sleep to fall upon the man, and took one of his ribs and made it into a woman, and brought her to the man. Beauty of coexistence of all living beings. Genesis book says when we imagine Eden Garden we can pick a delicious fruit by merely reaching out for it, run naked without feeling cold or hot, and coexist with all the domestic animals, all the birds, and all the wild animals. The nectars, the juices and silts, the flowers and the alchemical tree of wisdom were all at our disposal in that celestial prototype of simpler times. Times when we were innocent and, above all, times where desire was not born, the stem root of human suffering. Element of desire, the forbidden fruit. The Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to cultivate it and keep it. The Lord God commanded the man, saying, "From any tree of the garden you may eat freely, but from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the day that you eat from it you will surely die." The serpent introduces the element of desire and tempted Eve to eat, saying that she would become like God if she did. When Eve bites the forbidden fruit, she simultaneously triggers the first free action and the destruction of paradise. Wrath of God with expulsion of Adam and Eve from paradise. The man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord God as he was walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and they hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. God found that they ate the forbidden fruit, and the wrath of God resulted in the expulsion of Adam and Eve. To the woman he said, "I will make your pains in childbearing very severe, with painful labor you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you." To Adam he said, "Because you listened to your wife and ate fruit from the tree about which I commanded you, you must not eat from it. Cursed is the ground because of you, through painful toil you will eat food from it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your brow you will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it you were taken, for dust you are, and to dust you will return." The Lord God said, "The man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat, and live forever." So the Lord God banished him from the Garden of Eden to work the ground from which he had been taken. After the angel drove the man out, he placed on the east side of the Garden of Eden a flaming sword flashing back and forth to guard the way to the tree of life. The magical sphere of paradise is the place of origin and of the end, where man comes from, and where, if he lives righteously following the scriptures, he will return. Because of Adam's sin, the rest of mankind after him is born with a sin nature, living contrary to God and his ways. Location of secret garden. The four rivers. Genesis says it is written that a river in Eden was separated into four rivers. A river flows out of Eden to water the garden, and from there divides into four rivers. The text affirms that in the garden, the river was divided in four branches: the Tigris, Euphrates, Gihon, and Pishon. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers are located near the present Arabian territories. Where are the rivers Pishon and Gihon? Many think that Pishon and Gihon are the Nile and the Ganges. Due to tectonic movements, the Pishon and Gihon rivers may have displaced. The last ice age may have affected the rivers, or it may have gone extinct. The Great Eden exists in a purely spiritual and metaphoric level. To insist that the garden was located in the area around the present Tigris and Euphrates rivers is to deny the catastrophic effects of the global flood of Noah. Ultimately, the Garden of Eden location is hypothetical and mysterious.